Myself, Humaira, from Zoology Department of JT Arts, Science and Commerce College for Women, Malegaon, Nasik. My topic is urine formation in mammals. As you know, in the mammals, during the metabolism, waste products are formed which are harmful for the body activity. It is toxic in nature and causes harmful effects in the body. So its elimination is necessary. The harmful substance present in the body is carbon dioxide, urine, uric acid, creatine, creatinine, and so on. Among them, the elimination of urine is very necessary, and the urine itself contains also other harmful substances which are also eliminated out by its. So the formation of urine occurs by the help of a tubule known as nephron. The urine formed in the excretory organ, that means kidney, eliminated per 24 hours, depend on the water intake state, mental and physical activity, environment, temperature, and food intake. The volume of urine is decreased in several pathological disorders such as dehydration, arterial hypotension, and kidney diseases. This stage is called oliguria. While when the increase in urine formation and its elimination occur, such stage is called polyuria. It may be due to nervousness, fear, alcoholic beverage, and cold climate. The urine, our topic is formation of urine. So, urine is formed by the help of a tubular structure in the kidney known as nephron. The nephron at its proximal end begins with a filter, the renal corpuscle. This is a small structure consists of double-walled cup known as Bowman's capsule, enclosing a knot of blood capillaries called glomerulus. Bowman's capsule continued in different tubules like proximal, distal, Henle's loop, collecting tubules, etc. These nephrons or uriniferous tubules of kidney form urine from the blood circulating in the glomerulus. Since the only source for the urine formation is blood plasma, and urine is so different in composition from plasma. The figure itself shows that the different parts of the uriniferous tubules. From left side, the part is present which is cup shaped in structure is nothing but the Bowman's capsule. From the posterior region of it, convoluted tubule is present, and this convoluted tubule connects with U-shaped tubular structure is nothing but the loop of Henle. The loop of Henle then connects with the distal convoluted tubule and one side and proximal convoluted tubule at another side. Then it ends with the collecting duct. So in such a way, a complete structure of uriniferous tubule is formed. This structure is helpful for the formation of the urine. So the formation of urine itself is performed by the help of three types of activities or mechanism. One is glomerular filtration, another one is selective reabsorption, and third one is tubular secretion. So this is nothing but the glomerulus. By the help of it, ultrafiltration takes place. The initial stage of urine formation is filtration of plasma and accumulation of ultrafiltrate in the lumen of Bowman's capsule. Ultrafiltration takes place in the Malpighian body, which acts as a biological filter. Its histological structure shows that a very thin membrane, about 2 micron thick, separates blood in the afferent arterioles from the cavity of the capsule, and also it is with microscope of about 800 to micropores of about 800 to 1000 angstrom diameter and functions like a sieve. Secondly, the glomeruli are enormous in number and their capillaries offer a very large surface. So, this significant feature is the peculiar renal circulation. It consists of renal artery, a short wide branch of aorta that branches immediately after entering the kidney. When it enters into the glomerulus, bifurcation of it takes place and it becomes thinner, make a capillary network where blood enters with very high pressure. The second unit of it is nothing but the efferent glomerular arteriole, which is narrow than afferent. As a result, the glomerular blood pressure remains high to bring about active filtration. It means that the filtration process occurs when blood pressure in the glomeruli is greater than the sum of osmotic pressure of the plasma protein and the pressure in the Bowman's capsule. This is known as effective filtration process, and during which the blood filter in the wall of the Bowman's capsule. The process is known as filtration, and during this filtration, the substance is stored into the Bowman's capsule is nothing but the filtrate. So, in such a way, ultrafiltration and glomerular filtration occurs into the Bowman's capsule. The next unit for the formation of the urine is nothing but the selective reabsorption. Reabsorption is carried out in the tubular part of the nephron, which is richly supplied with blood vessels branching out from the efferent glomerular artery. The glomerular filtrate is much dilute as compared to the urine that is eliminated out. During this state, concentration of the filtrate is brought about by the process of selective absorption. It involves reabsorption of number of substances like glucose, amino acids, salts, water, etc., which are filtered off unavoidably at the glomerulus during ultrafiltration. At the same time, non-essential substances like excess of water and electrolytes and waste products like urea, uric acid are allowed to pass out from the subsequent elimination. In such a way, here selective reabsorption of the substance takes place, by the help of which the useful substance then again reabsorbed in the body. The third mechanism of urine formation is nothing but the tubular secretion. The loop of Henle and proximal and convoluted tubule of the uriniferous of the nephron is helpful for tubular secretion. The tubular secretion adds material to the filtrate from the blood. Tubular filtration secretion has two principal effects. It rids body from certain materials and it controls blood pH. The more important aspect of tubular secretion is the shift of potassium and hydrogen ions from epithelial cells to renal filtrate in exchange of sodium ions present in renal filtrate. A certain amount of carbon dioxide normally diffuses from peritubular blood into the cell of distal tubules and collecting ducts. Inside the epithelial cells, the carbon dioxide combines with water to form carbonic acid, which is then dissociates into hydrogen ion and bicarbonate. A low blood pH stimulates the cells to secrete hydrogen ions in the urine. For each hydrogen ion secreted into the tubular filtrate, one sodium ion is absorbed by the tubular cell. Bicarbonate ions obtained from carbonic acid dissociation and sodium ions absorbed from the renal lumen diffuse into the bloodstream in the form of sodium bicarbonate. The hydrogen ions secreted into the tubular filtrate combine with carbonic acid, ammonia to form the subsequent substance of the urine. Such reactions therefore fix up the hydrogen ion in tubular fluid and prevent their reabsorption. In such a way, the counter current mechanism is performed by the help of which concentrated urine formation takes place. Now here a extra slide is there which shows that the blood supply of the uriniferous tubule, because by the help of only blood flow through the ascending limb of vasa recta, all of the NaCl diffuses back into the interstitial fluid of the medulla. By the time the blood in vasa recta leaves the medulla, its concentration is only higher than it was when it entered. Thus, the counter current flow through the vasa recta permits most of the NaCl to remain in the interstitial fluid of the medulla. Besides this, antidiuretic hormone from posterior pituitary also helpful the collecting ducts and increase their permeability, due to which dilute fluid passes through the distal cannulated tubule and collecting duct, and most of the water is reabsorbed by the help of osmosis pressure. In such a way, concentrated urine formation takes place. So, here I conclude my lecture about the urine formation. Thank you. Thank you very much.